Tune in to Heel of the Ring podcast on the Sports Jedi Network channel. May the sports be with you. Because I am the hero the Sports Jedi deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Long live Lexus King.
What is good, Sports Jedi Network family and NXT watch along? Salute, man. We are live tonight for the NXT watch along, and NXT is loaded tonight. We're starting off with a top-notch chaos, a ladder match for the Vacant NXT Championship. 7 competitors go to war for the open title after Oba Femi vacates it. Qualifiers went out through the whole week and throughout the month of January, and now tonight it all comes down to the ladder. No judges, no excuses, one championship climb, and it's all ready to go and ready to go down on NXT tonight. That's not all. NXT crosses the line indeed tonight. We got TNA Knockout Tag Team Champions defended on NXT television as ZaRuca taking on the Elegance brand. Let's go. The crossover that the entire wrestling world will be talking about possibly tomorrow night. Could we have new Knockout Tag Team Champions, or will the Elegance brand elegantly come into the Performance Center and defend their crown? We will find out. Plus, we will hear from Tony D'Angelo explaining his recent actions throughout the course of the following television weeks on NXT. And will they address the breaking news surrounding the new search for a new NXT general manager after Ava statement and exiting the company? A power shift, questions unanswered. We'll be watching and see how it unfolds in real time. If you're in the chat right now, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let your voices be heard. This is the most interactive wrestling chat on Rumba and YouTube across all the platforms. And tonight's stream is sponsored by Dude Wipes. Stay fresh, stay clean, stay match ready. Dude Wipes. Look at my video. I have a promo code to save 20% off. And we are also proudly sponsored by Blackout Coffee. Wake up, stand up, never back down. Blackout Coffee and the Sports Jedi Network. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Rumba. You could use the code Rumba for 20% off, or my personal code, Sports Jedi 20, and save even more. Now strap in, because NXT is ready to explode, and I am ready to get into it piece by piece. We got a couple minutes here. I want to say what's going on to everyone in the chat. What's going on, chat? Everyone is starting to file in. Whether you're watching me on YouTube, X, Rumba, Truvo, Kick, Instagram Live. Appreciate everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday to you there, Darius Sports Highlight. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and everyone watching along with us this evening. The guest of honor will be coming in about 5 minutes. Put the watch along. If you're watching and you cannot get the CW, or you're able to watch it, you can come over to the Rumble app. RUMBLE. Sports Jedi Network. You're able to watch and see the professional wrestling action and also interact with our chat. Join our server on Discord. We have a server on Discord that we keep the conversation going outside the streaming platform. Sports Jedi Network. Join our Discord server, and we want you to be part of our growing community. We continue to grow, not just for professional wrestling, all sports in general. Of course, we covered the UFC. This year, we took a little bit of a break from the NBA basketball. We still have the second half of the season, maybe All-Star break into the spring, where we might be getting back into the New York Knicks watch along, on Ranger hockey as well. Of course, a lot of football talk. Chris on his channel breaks down the Steelers. All that has to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers and more. Check out PGH Chris TV, definitely on that. And let's go. We got Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast. What's going on, Aaron? I got Ricky Saints tonight. You know what? I think he's the favorite, Aaron. I think he's the favorite. Be honest with you. Thank you for the reach out. Stars are my hockey team. I'm a Ranger fan. Gone to a lot of Ranger games. I'm a big Ranger fan, where, especially 94, being in that building for all those Stanley Cup wins there, games that they led to the Stanley Cup. Phenomenal. Being a young, what was it, 16-year-old, 17-year-old at that time, it was a fun time in 94. No, you like Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints, here's the one thing. I think Ricky Saints is your favorite, but don't you feel like they felt like they circled around the block to go across the street? Real, it's just I hope Ricky Saints win. Anyone but Shiloh Hill. I'm not a big Shiloh Hill fan. He's too early for him. I love hockey. I've been a fan for 4 years now and still new. Oh man, Aaron, I suggest this. Go to a game live. There is nothing more exciting. I know this is a wrestling show, but I got to give my honest opinion than being in a hockey game live. Oh my God, that is the most fun, energetic, sporting event there is. Better than wrestling. I say hockey, professional hockey, the ice, the music, the pageantry is the best. Planning to go to a Star Games next season. If you could afford it this season, I urge you to go this year as soon as possible. Ice hockey in person, it is the fun. It's better than NFL, better. That's just this is just my preference. And this is coming from a Latino, that we're not normally known to go to the hockey games. And normally that's not our demographics to key to hockey. I say nonsense, malarkey. I think being at the hockey game live, at least for me, I got to experience Nassau Coliseum for the Islanders, Madison Square Garden, of course, for the Rangers, and the Brendan Bird or Continental Airlines back then, because I have not gone to the Newark for the New Jersey Devils. I got to see Gretzky, and I got to see, as a king, as a Ranger. So I go back a little bit. So I've been watching a lot. I love the hockey. So I wanted to tell you, I've been to minor league hockey games near me. Those are fun as well. We have the Solar Bears here in Orlando, Florida. Now I moved to Orlando. I'm not in New York. We have Tampa Bay, but of course with that. But appreciate that, man. Keep the conversation going. I love that conversation here tonight. Let me ask this, Aaron. Do we get new TNA Knockout Champion? Is there another title going to the TNA brand or the NXT brand? Are they going to capture another TNA brand, NXT women? Because on paper, ZaRuca and Zarya look very strong. They look like they're ready to take the reins. And for the Elegance brand, let's face it, would it bring more eyeballs to AMC next week when they're going to go live out of Nashville for the PLE to have Zarya and ZaRuca, or to have the Elegance brand as your knockout champion? I always look at it what's best for business. What's going to elevate the television program? What's going to elevate people like us? We're going to watch it because we both have podcasts and we're going to cover it. But what's going to bring the folks that are casual, that are let me take a look what NXT or TNA is doing, their collaboration. What's going to bring them more eyeballs to watch the product? This is when I do wrestling predictions and I do, when I try to persuade on the business side, the dollars and cents a lot of times. And one thing that Trick Williams always mentioned in one of his promos when he was right before he took on Mike Santana is not who has the better story, what's best for business. And that resonates in my head over and over and over and over. And just by the way we're seeing with TKO, either their corporate greed or with others, it always what's best for the big dollars and cents, what's going to bring more asses to the seats. So that's the way I like to sometimes look at the prediction. Sometimes, it might be wrong because I've gotten a lot of predictions wrong, and I'm not afraid of saying it, but it's just the wrestling business. But here's the fun part about it. I enjoy the escape. I enjoy escaping, even though my predictions could be wrong. And just because my predictions or the way I saw the show goes off, I'm not going to say this was garbage. This was terrible. No, I enjoy it. It might not, it could have been better. We could agree to disagree. That's what I love about just talking about wrestling in general, with all calls across the board. I think, let me read your comments. I think Zoe and Zarya are popular and they will draw viewers to TNA. I think that's the bottom line. I think and no offense, I've said this many times again. I think M by Elegance is going to be the breakout star of the Elegance brand right now, but she's not there ready yet, and so forth. So let's see how that goes. Who do you think will be the new GM will be? My partner, Chris, will like Shayna Baszler, and that totally blew my mind because I wasn't thinking of Shayna Baszler. You bring in a former NXT legend to that to be a general manager role. I thought Regal will be for short notice. Will be William Regal. But Shayna Baszler was a cool one, but because you could kind of pay it off a little bit with Daria and TNA if they were to have a little bit of choice of words, and especially if Santino needs someone to kind of help him, and he can't get his hands on Daria, he could get Shayna Baszler. So, and you got Robert Stone on the other side. You can have a mixed tag team, with the mixed general manager. So I don't know. I didn't think of, I got to give PGA Chris a lot of credit because he totally, just totally caught me out of surprise. He said, Shayna Baszler. I was like, whoa, she's been in the Performance Center. She lives here in Orlando, Florida. She's been either as a coach or so forth. It kind of makes a little sense because she could still get physical and talents won't disrespect her. Because you see Shayna Baszler, she can literally choke you out, So I like that from that point of view. As we're about to start here, let me get the presentation. The intro is coming on. We'll get to hear it in a second. You get to watch along and see it with us on my Rumble app as well on Kick. Here we go. We got the empty general manager spot starting off. I'll get the sound in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Stone is going to take over. The interim general manager, Robert Stone. I thought Regal will be the new GM. Thank you so much, Aaron. Appreciate it. I'll do likewise once I'm off the air. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping us grow this community here. Thank you so much. Join our Discord. I believe we follow each other on X. Please do. Appreciate you definitely. All right, we're getting the introduction here of the NXT history of the men's title. They're showing the who's of who held that prestigious NXT title throughout the years. I'm trying to get the sound, guys, so you can hear what's going on. I normally like to put a little bit of the sound in the background. I've been watching this. Yes, definitely. We'll definitely do all the collaboration stuff, Aaron. Definitely love that. That's what it's all about. There's enough division all over the social media. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Ricky Saints world run. I don't see Joe Hendry just yet. To me, he's one of the favorites, but it's going to be yes. So we got a new interim general manager in Robert Stone. That's got to be your main event. That's got to be your main event tonight. And I hope they give it enough time to breathe. One thing I dislike about NXT that gets me a little bit with anxiety is when they start the main event so late because they have to have a hard out by 10 o'clock. And my God, it's like 7:50. It's like a 9:57, and they're still doing some moves. I'm like, oh my God, wrap it up. We don't want it to go off the air. But when you're in the Performance Center like I've been, it doesn't bother me. When you're in the arena, you couldn't care less. So I see where they could get lost in the sauce. We got the women's North American triple threat as all three ladies are in the ring right now. We got Lola Vice, we got Izzi Dane, and we got Thea Hale. Any chance for Lola Vice winning this title tonight? I don't know. I kind of want Izzi Dane to retain. I really do like Izzi Dane. I always said it when she was with Kiana James. She was doing one of her best work in her career, but then Kiana got punked up or pulled out to the main roster, and it just kind of derailed Izzi Dane a little bit. But she's got the fine tools there. Look, she got the look. And if you heard her interview, then it must be an old link. I don't know why it does that. It's Sports Jedi Network. I don't know why it does that. I'll send it to you on X. But right now, yes, I'll send that to you via X. All right, here we go. Triple threat match. Lola Vice coming off a wonderful Royal Rumble appearance. That's gonna be behind. Wow. Wow, that's gonna be behind. Oh, big time. The channel's name is based on Star Wars, of course. Big time Star Wars. My goodness. I can't wait for this summer for the Mandalorian movie come out. All right, we got Izzy Dana control here, stacking them up underneath Thea Hale now. Lola Vice with the sleeper hold in the back. I'm trying to get the sound and the my TV to synchronize with the stream, but it won't tonight. Okay, we got a double super kick by the ladies here. Now Lola Vice and Thea Hale one-on-one. Here we go. The both ladies in the center of the ring here as Izzy Dane rolls out to the outside. We still have the calling on the outside of the ring. Oh, wait a minute. He's trying to go for an arm. Disarmer. I thought about going tonight. Yeah, the Mandalorian. Yeah. This is the way. Actually, my Jet podcast is named the Jetsalorian. Yeah, I thought about going tonight to the Performance Center, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm watching along with you guys, especially with now Chris wasn't doing the stream tonight. So here's a cover. Izzy Dane trying to wrap up here. Yeah, I don't see Izzy Dane losing this match, guys. We got Ricky Sage coming in. Now, I wonder if they're going to announce on the internet earlier today. Reports have it that Roadblock, NXT Roadblock, will be returning to the theater at Madison Square Garden on March 31st. Don't know if they're going to do the PLE Vengeance Day, one of my favorite PLEs for NXT, besides the Iron Survivor. It's tough though. Their depletion of talent. It's going to be really hard to do NXT PLA, especially when they're going to charge the amount of money that they're charging. But I heard they had a success in Nashville over the weekend, over there in the Pinnacle, the same area where TNA will be doing their pay-per-view No Surrender in a couple weeks. They had a real good turnout. There is a demand for those tickets. I hear people complain about the prices, but they have not complained. People turned out in Tennessee. White Owl's in the back. What's going on, White Owl, on the Rumble app? How are you, man? The match has been decent so far. No, the women in NXT, White Owl, they always deliver. They never disappoint. You know, it's rare when you have a match that is like, oof. You know, I could even go as last week as Nikita Lyons match. I thought Nikita Lyons last week had the best match in her NXT career. As they're taking a commercial break, but they stay here with the international crowd. As we have everyone watching along, we got Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast watching us along with us on the YouTube side. Thank you so much. And we'll get that going. But Izzy Dane is wearing white with red and white, but mostly white. It feels like a baby face. I having a Thea Hale. I wish the ladies would have reversed the colors in their gear. Elliot, what's going on, man? Oh man, Elliot, I gotta get you on to join us, man, as one of the co-hosts with us, man. You know your spot has always been there. You just we haven't just connected. Yes, definitely, Aaron. We do watch AAA, of course. AAA, we love that. I normally don't do the watch-alongs for the with AAA. The reason is because that's one of my wife's favorite to watch with me, and that's like for us, since I'm streaming and watching along so many of the wrestling shows. So I feel like I can't be that selfish to do AAA watch-alongs because that's what she likes AAA. So we actually, I'm off the cameras and I'm actually sitting, and watching along with her. So instead of with the audience. So to be fair, that's the compromise. She pull ups with all these streamings of all the different watch all the different watch-alongs. Oh, she's doing great work. Lola Vice in AAA is doing great work. I mean, the amount of reps that she's getting at AAA Mexico, it's just phenomenally better for her career. I definitely thought about maybe sending Josh Briggs if he's sticking around in NXT to work with JBL down in AAA to try a different style of wrestling. Some of the wrestlers that are not getting a lot of bumps or in ring like in NXT or even in the main roster should go. Yeah, they should go work a little bit of AAA and get those different styles, different crowd, get over. Look, Kaiser, that Grande Americano role is never going to go away in Mexico. It might not work in the main roster maybe much longer, but I'll keep that going in Mexico because that guy is super over. You're welcome, Elliot. Laredo Kid. Yeah, Laredo Kid was with TNA and now he's full AAA. Like, that's one thing I'm a little disappointed lately with AAA. I haven't seen much of my TNA talent on AAA Mexico. They started off pretty good when we had Nick Nemeth. We saw a couple of times. We saw a couple of the TNA wrestlers back and forth. Never got my payoff with El Mesias and Steve Macklin. Now that Steve Macklin's been fired from TNA, I don't know if that's a kayfabe or we're getting worked or is that a shoot with Steve Macklin? But either way, let's play along that he got fired with the feast or fire. We never got the payoff with Messiah. He kind of cost him his international title there with rounding around. So I wanted to see my mayhem for everyone. Steve Macklin get his comeuppance on him, Messiah. Right, as they're taking a little bit, they're in a commercial picture break, but we got it going on here. Right now, all ladies setting up here. What is Izzi Dane doing here? Got Lola Vice on her shoulders here, in kind of in a fireman's carry, but Thea is going to the top rope. Mankingo is awesome, yeah. Oh, that's a blockbuster into a Samoan drop combo there. I like that. Here's the one thing that disconnects because we see this on SmackDown. I know we see this on Monday Night Raw. Nothing really happens during the picture-in-picture or the commercial break, and it kind of takes you away from the action. Like yesterday's street fight, me and Chris were having that conversation, but now they come back here and they come back with that replay of that blockbuster Samoan drop. All right, all ladies in the middle of the ring here. If you're joining us now, Robert Stone has been made interim general manager of NXT. Oh boy, it's going to be interesting because do we see now Tessa? He is part of that Diamond Club on TNA. Do we see Robert Stone bring in Tessa and the Diamond Club into NXT? I hope so. I'm excited to see the new NXT champion. I had to tune in tonight. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons. My thoughts on the Royal Rumble. I'm a little worried for WrestleMania. I didn't think the crowd loves they love their nostalgia and they love their folks. And there's nothing wrong with that if they're the paying customers who they like. But for us on the United States television, it was a little bit down. Like it could have been better. It wasn't, they weren't a 25,000 seat arena last year in Indianapolis. They had almost 70,000 people. So you feel like a letdown for the Rumble. But it is what it is, the time of the business. We adapt or don't adapt. I don't like it, but I understand the business model. I don't even like the WrestleMania going there next year, but that's the times we live in. I thought the ladies were fine. I didn't like the 1 and 2, Aaron. I didn't like the 1 and 2 with Charlotte and Alexa. Too much lovey-dovey stuff. I would have liked Natty and Maxine Dupree to go at it at 1 and 2 because that's the more natural feud. Usually the 1 and 2 is like a feud or a tag team that you never see. Like, oh man, go at it, and they just did nothing for 2 minutes. I would have liked Natty and Maxine to just go at it like maniacs, and then you could have Becky 3, and then you really, that's something. If Vince McMahon was in charge, I think they would have went that way. And I'm glad Vince is not in back. I'm not saying that I'm advocating for him, but you know what I mean. If it was, they usually give you that, or that predictability would have been in. I would have loved them to be a little predictable there. Because I did say to Chris, Braun is going to be number one. They made him two. It's pretty much almost the same thing. We knew that Braun was going to be one of the first two in the ring. I didn't expect him to get ousted that way either. It wasn't bad. Doesn't mean because it was bad. I hope the payoff is worth the 30-second embarrassment for Braun Breaker in record books on the Royal Rumble. But I'm glad that Drew won. I'm happy Drew continues to win. Drew, they got to make him elevate him as strong champion. And Roman, I mean, look what happened last night with Roman. I mean, it just shows you how important the bloodline is to this business still. Oba Femi winning could have been great. It would have been great. Yes, it would have been different. But I think Roman is back blockbuster with Punk. They're gonna sell a lot of tickets. If they're worried about people not coming out to Las Vegas, they pretty much gonna make people intrigued to want to go to Vegas to watch Roman and Punk if they stay that course. I don't know if he's gonna fight this year for a title, Aaron. I think to me the bet for me. That's just me. I would like him just to take on Randy Orton already. Don't wait any longer. Randy could retire at any time. You don't want to leave that. You don't want to rush that on a random. You want to make it a WrestleMania. If you could put Cody and Randy, let's do it this year. I'd rather have it now than in Saudi Arabia. All right, let me make sure that pretty good triple threat match here. We're talking little topics here, but we're getting the conversation flowing. That's what I like to do about the watch along. How we do it. You go back and forth from the Rumble app to all the different chats that I have open to have everyone's conversation and read everyone's chat. Oh, wait a minute. Kalani Jordan just came out and smashed the ladder on Lola Vice. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to have problems here with Netflix today. I can't take this when they want to have issues like this. Oh, Thea almost had a pin. Hold on. Let me get to the live spot because... Oh, Izzi Dan retained. Sorry about that. Lola Vice's hand. So Izzi Dane retires. Hopefully, I don't have issues like last time. Gunther versus Randy, the legend killer versus the career killer. I like that. I think triple threat Cody McIntyre and Fatu. I think that's what the popular rhetoric is going on X. I wouldn't mind that either. Wait a minute. Here we go. This is a year in the making that I've been screaming. If you know my watch-alongs, like most of the people on the Rumble, I've been screaming for Zarya to turn on ZaRuca already. Book Zarya as the heel that she is. When you possess a move like an F5 and you look the way Zarya looks, stop pussyfooting with the lovey-dovey heart crap. Make her the heel that she is. I've said it time and time again. We're wasting her talent being a lovey-dovey rainbows and unicorn. She should be the heel. And I say this again. I so much hate that we never got Jordynne Grace and Zarya on an NXT PLE. It's a shame after they teased that on the ECW arena when Jordynne Grace was part of the TNA roster with the Knockouts title. Never got that. I never got that match. I don't know if we're going to even get that match in the main roster. I have no confidence in that either. So I would have loved to see Zarya and Jordynne Grace, but I don't know if we're going to get it. They left money on the table with those two ladies going head to head. I want to turn as well. Go heel already. Yeah, a White Owl. See the presentation from her. When you see Zarya comes out, you see her punching through the walls, walking through the fire streets, walking through like a badland, deserted, coming into a city. Her paint, her makeup, her look, she's a heel. Her mannerisms, total heel, badass. She doesn't need to be there licking ice cream, hopscotching, doing all that crap. I personally don't like it. I would love Zarya to be the heel that she's supposed to be. That's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I hope they change it because she's flat. She's flat right now. I find her flat. As a babyface, I find her flat. Taking unnecessary pins. I thought she was gonna get. I thought ZaRuca was gonna turn heel when she lost. When Zarya did not upheld her bargain and help and retain and lost her titles. I said, you know what? Maybe we'll get a ZaRuca heel turn. Everybody's expecting Zarya, and all of a sudden it's ZaRuca. But no, I think Sol is the babyface, the white babyface that it's going to get elevated, and hopefully they bring Zarya to become that heel. Zarya is going to kick her ass all the way to stand and deliver. I think then Zarya stays in NXT and ZaRuca moves on to the main roster. She could be awesome as heel, but I don't think they could do more as a solos. Yeah, because right now, them as a tag team, that was a bit of a disconnect, especially if NXT does not have tag team. Well, they don't have the women's tag team titles, and you don't hardly see the women's tag team titles. The champions really go down too much to NXT unless if they do like the live events. When Bianca and Jade they were taking on Lash and Jakara at that time, but only in St. Louis, not in the performance centers. Like they had like a no clause that they can't get wrestle in the performance center for some reason. That's why we would love them to win the TNA Knockouts title just for the boost of the ratings for television wise for TNA on Thursday Night Impact. But I don't know if WWE wants to really help boost TNA's ratings. I mean, if I was them, I would. Why not? You're gonna have more people, more of the TNA. More of the NXT talent on TNA television. You have another brand, another network where you're going to see your superstars in. And all they want to do, and all that's going to do is drive them to ESPN or Peacock to buy the PLEs. I don't know what they think these days when it comes to these corporate stooges and these corporate people with their decision making. Sometimes their decision making sometimes make you scratch your head. All right, we got a commercial break. Yeah, it's weird. It's like this kind of like for instance, I and as much as me, we are supposedly, we consider ourselves, me and Chris, one of the unofficial podcasts of TNA. But one thing that we had a disconnect was with Mike Santana, our guy, our number one guy, man. You know that. Why didn't they not do media tour in Orlando when they came for Orlando? They were off for a month. They didn't do no media, no nothing with your first Puerto Rican world champion in Orlando, Florida, where we are nothing but the freaking minority. We are the majority in Orlando. We're all Puerto Ricans here. I scratch my head why TNA did not set up Mike to do so many media tours in Orlando when the Spanish station plays nothing but music that caters to the Puerto Rican demographics. They sent him to El Paso for media tour for almost 3 weeks. I know they were doing a toy drive and they were doing good stuff, but not to Orlando. I had a disconnect. Do I watch TNA? I don't have enough time for the NWA Power Hour. I would love to, but I don't have enough time in the day. The same thing with OVW. I am a big, not a big fan. I like OVW, but just don't have enough time. And All Elite Wrestling, I try, Aaron, but it's not my cup of coffee. I try. I'm gonna be totally straight honest. There's some times that we do some watch-alongs. I'll do something, try to get into it, and I'll try to be very nice. I try not to be tribalistic, try not to be mean, but it's just not for me. I just could be honest and say that's not my wrestling. Maybe an old timer or not. I try. I respect the performers, but I just can't get behind the booking and the logic behind it. It's just I don't want to say like I'm negative with it, Aaron. It's just not my tea. It's just not my cup of coffee. All Elite Wrestling. Chris is, and we'll cover it, and we'll give it the proper respect it deserves as a wrestling company where all those performers. But for me to really get 100% behind it, I can't. But I won't be like 206 and really bash it to the ground, like bash it. No, because I respect those performers in there. All those wrestlers, I perform. I respect them. They all out there giving their best to entertain us and provide an escape for the AEW sickos. It's not their fault that this, that everything else, the creative and all that isn't up to par. Oh, we got Tony D'Angelo. Now he's coming out different. White Out, what do you think of Tony D'Angelo's presentation? I kind of like it. It's better than the other family. Yes, I'm a big Nick fan. Big Nick fan. I covered it for 4 years. And Honey the Lake is what's going on? Gunta 8820. Hi, buddy. We got the chat general in the building. We got Gunther or Gunta. All right, I like Tony D'Angelo's music and his entrance. Tony is one of my favorites on NXT. That's cool. Tony D'Angelo could be a little bit of a not so nice to the fans at NXT at the Performance Center. Put it that way. But no one was more of a prick to the fans in NXT than Roderick Strong. That guy is the ultimate prick to the fans in NXT. They sang him. I was in the Performance Center in July, for his birthday. It was his birthday day. The crowd sang him a happy birthday. He didn't even acknowledge or say thank you to them. I'm like, that's the prick of the prick. Here we go. Not even a thank you, nothing. They all sang him a happy birthday. It was his birthday too. All right, here we go. Tony D'Angelo is going to speak. He's got things to get off his chest. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he wants the lights on. Tony D'Angelo, new general manager. No, I kid. No, he's not. I kid. You got a Tony chant. He's already tweeting out, thank you for watching NXT tonight. But we got the what chants out. Ugh. He was a happy man.
About 7 months since I had an opportunity to talk to you guys. Now I can keep it simple. Tell you I came back for 2 reasons. Drop the mic, call it a day. But I got some things I gotta get off my chest.
All right, we're going to hear Tony D'Angelo. Let me be quiet a little bit so we can hear a little bit of his speech. It's a Chicago-made guy.
Now I'm sure most of you guys already know my past in NXT. Former Heritage Cup champion.
Do we get an Estanto Escobar interruption? They had a hell of a feud.
Former NXT North American champion.
Chef, what's going on, Chef? Chef, I saw your missed call yesterday, man. I had my phone in the room. My bad.
I was surrounded by family, friends, people who like to look in the face and say, no matter what, I got your back. And that was taken from me. No
Ooh.
disrespect to my past, but that was the wake-up call.
Yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, he's giving his accolades. Division 1. He wasn't one wrestler. A great amateur career in wrestling for him.
And when you're involved in the things I'm involved in,
Hey, there's my guy Brad sitting in the front seat.
in that business, your life changes. You gain a crew. You gain a family. And that was a responsibility that was all new to me. So when DarkState decided to ruin my life, I needed to regroup. I sat
Why didn't
alone
you
in a
know
dark
the-
room,
There you go.
and I needed to remember who Tony D'Angelo was.
D'Angelo wearing a wedding ring. I think he got married while he was away.
I was a national champion. I need to remember that I was a Division I All-American. I needed to remember what I do best. And that's bouncing people's heads off the mat.
Honestly, Tony would be a great Vision member.
You know what? There's a reason why I came back to NXT.
Punishment. No vengeance. He wants punishment. And what did they take from him? Stacks?
Where's Tony? Nobody knows. He's in the crowd. He's in the shadows.
Who's he going after?
And all of a sudden,
It's going to take everything from me. Who's he talking about?
everybody knows everything. Nobody knew nothing. And I like that. Now, this is a selfish business.
Oh, he's got the DarkState.
In NXT.
So he's a lone wolf against DarkState.
With my
Now, remember last week, General Manager Ava asked him, Tony, you don't interfere in the ladder match. Ava's not there right now. Ava's gone. That promise is going to go on deaf ears. Ava's no longer part of the company. That's who's going to hold him accountable here?
This is about punishment.
Oh, what was Heather doing? Heather Wright. We haven't seen you. Hope you get your power back on in those ice storms, man. She was going through that one rough.
Take everything.
All right, we're hearing a Shallow Hill promo.
Reason number two.
I'll definitely hold off there for a moment. Nobody wants to hear Shallow Hill talk. All right. While we have him for a moment, we're going to hear from our sponsor. Give me a minute. I'm going to have a commercial break here, guys. We're going to hear from our sponsor. Just want to make sure I get my sponsor the proper acknowledgement here. We're going to hear from Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee.
So, we're setting up all week for this NXT Championship ladder match. I've been learning about fracture mechanics and watching a lot of
Okay, Blackout Coffee did not go.
biology coach Undertaker just ragdolled Jeff Hardy off the ladder. Obviously, these matches in particular have a tendency to get
Sports Jedi Nation, you already know how I move. I don't start my day without two things: standing firm in what I believe in, and a cup of coffee that actually represents those values. That's why I rock with Blackout Coffee. It's a 100% American company, unapologetic, patriotic, pro-Second Amendment, and anti-woke nonsense, no corporate posturing, no virtual signing, just real coffee for people who still believe in God, family, and freedoms. Every bag is a roast right here in my beautiful state of Florida, and it's shipped straight to your door. Fresh, bold, no compromises. If you need to hit the ground running, the Morning Reaper I suggest, a medium roast that goes smooth, powerful, and kicks like a mule. Support a company that actually gives a damn about this country. Go to Blackout Coffee Rumba. Use my promo code Rumba for 20% off or Sports Jedi 20 of your first order. Blackout Coffee. Wake up, stand up, never back down. Fuel your freedom. Real coffee with real values. A bold, backed by freedom. Wake up and think free. And may the sports be with you.
All right. Don't forget to use my promo code Sports Jedi 20 and save. Okay, and I'll go to Rumble. Use Rumble, blackoutcoffee.com/Rumble and save 20% off. We got Io LaFleur. This was a match that I've been worrying out. Io LaFleur. Oh, it's a new speed tournament. Okay. All right, I got it. I didn't see that mentioned. That must have been something they must have added last second. Io LaFleur is a speech that fits his moniker. I like that. I rather like to, if any title or any match that I would like to see Io LaFleur in will be in the speed tournament for now, not the North American title right away, because Ethan Page is telling a story here. I didn't want to see Io LaFleur get beat by you could still go over without not going over, but I would have liked Elio here to go have a nice run on the speed tournament. So hopefully he does something impressive on it. We got Heather Wright in the building. Yes, Heather, we were thinking about you. We just brought you in with our thoughts. Let's go. Salute to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got the frost there from those ice storms there in your part of your neck of the woods there in Tennessee. Honestly, I feel we need more Braun Breaker on Monday. White Owl, I'm with you, man. I wanted to see a little more Braun. I needed him a little more on the hinge. I needed him to hurt someone, even if it was someone from the security to be stretchered out. Like, Braun is massive out of control. I think he, yeah. The announce table wasn't enough pain that he bought. All right, we got a commercial break. We got a speed tournament now set up. Of course, Jasper Troy is your current speed champion. Tony's in the building. What's up, Tony? How are you, man? We got Tony on the Rumble app. Thank you for joining us here. We got a nice full chat brigade here on the Rumble side. Usually it's the opposite. Usually we get a lot of people on Rumble and on Tuesdays, and of course, I don't know whether everyone on YouTube decides not to come on Tuesdays for some reason. But we got Aaron, we got Gunther, and we got Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast joining us on the chat there. Appreciate him, definitely. Everyone watching on X, on Truvo. What's going on, Truvo? We got a lot of folks on Truvo. Salute to you guys on Kick. Thank you so much. As we're watching, got a commercial break. We're going to watch the speed tournament here. This Thursday, we're going to have the final, I believe it's the final taping for TNA from El Paso. Some good stuff happening as they start getting ready to hit to Nashville at the Pinnacle for the No Surrender next week on their PLE and their live event. On there, will we have new Knockouts Tag Team Champions? Will we going to see ZaRuca and Zarya with those Knockouts title or the Elegance brand? We know this Thursday they have a triple threat set up. I don't know if that kind of gives away the results of this match tonight, but we'll see. As they're coming back from the commercial break, we see the people out in the Performance Center sitting there having a good old gay old time. I'm still so bummed out. I was still snowed in during the NXT house show. And Ethan Page, Heather, was all weekend at the house shows. Oh, they're gonna put Eli Knight in this speed tournament. I like it. Charlie Dempsey as well. You know what? I wouldn't mind Jasper Troy and Charlie Dempsey go at it one-on-one here. Oh, we got Charlie Dempsey. Oh my God, Io LaFleur and Charlie Dempsey. Yeah, this is a good speed match. 3-minute contest. Man, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. I think Io LaFleur moves on. I like Io LaFleur. I think Io beats Charlie Dempsey. I think Charlie Dempsey is gonna get recruited into that nepotism group that we see in the back with Ariana Grace, Stax, and Lexus King. Oh, crossbody. I like the speed matches. I know. I never seen Ethan wrestle at this rate. Oh, my God. Here's one thing I've told you about the speed title. And I'm going to say this I'm going to say this. I think they should remove the speed title and call it a television title. You know my thoughts of it. Make it a television title. 10-minute time limit for the champion. If you can't beat the champion in 10 minutes, he retains his title. But he could go on all the brands. He could defend it on NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Evolve, even TNA, where you're actually a wrestler that you think, we don't know if he's main roster ready, but you want to showcase him to see how he works, to see if he's television ready. You put that television title so he could jump into the different brands and work with different talents. And then you're like, oh, you know what? And you can also hear if the people resonate to that talent. I kind of would love that. Instead of the speed, make it a television title. And I think that would be really cool. Wait, Frenchie's still around? Yeah. No, they signed him. He's not going anywhere. Io LaFleur is not going anywhere. He signed with NXT. I think he's going to be good. This is the type of match that's good for him. This should have been his introduction, to be honest with you. Robert Stone, Heather. Robert Stone is the interim. It's the interim general manager of NXT. Shawn Michaels opened up the show with it in Ava's office, and he made him, you're the interim because you've been here for a while, which is kind of a conflict of interest, Heather, because he's managing with the Diamond Club, with Diamante, with Tessa over there with Mila Stone, and what you call the young lady, Alicia Fox, aka Victoria Crawford. Charlie Dempsey remind me a lot. William Regal, yeah. He cannot deny that fraternity test there. That's William Regal's. That's his son, all right. Here we go. And I think that Aaron, that fashion group that they're bringing with the nepotism is going to lead with David Finlay and Uriah Connor. It's going to be, yeah. Robert Stone, yes, correct, Heather. It's Robert Stone. But he's only an interim. Shawn Michaels said he's an interim. 33 seconds left here. I don't mind the speed matches. No, I kind of like it. Oh, beautiful German suplex with the bridge. LaFleur kicked out. 20 seconds here. David Finlay NXT. I think we're going to get that. Oh, what a move by LaFleur. Cover. Yeah, LaFleur moves on. Nice move. Very nice move. That was a nice move for Ilya LaFleur. Robert Stone is the guy, the little pig. You're gonna see him, Tony. Robert Stone has been around there. He's my manager. He used to manage Von Wagner. Now he's kind of with Tessa and TNA. He's also, you see him on Evolve, who took over the general manager role there. Now he's the. All right, LaFleur moves on. So we're gonna get Eli Knight versus Josh Briggs later on. He's just interim. Yeah. All right. Good job for you, LaFleur. With Joe Hendry promo. Kelly Kincaid looks great after giving birth here. Right back to normal. We're listening. Well, we got a Joe Hendry promo in the back, but my TV is so behind. Man. It's a pretty long promo for Joe Hendry. Did Joe Hendry win the world title? Here's Zarya. See, look at the introduction. All right, White Owl, look at this intro. She starts out by punching a girl in the face, walking down and punching like a Hollywood sign of NXT. Yeah, come on. That doesn't scream heel to you? Come on. She's standing on top of a mountain in rubble. Bro, that's no baby face in that. Now, here's the corn bonus. Ugh. Oh, he pushed Zarya. Did you know that these groups, Vanity Project and Ethan Page, offered one tag team champs? Oh, really? I did not know that. Thanks for that for letting us know. So the Vanity Project are Alpha One tag team champions. I did not know that. All right, we got TNA action here as they take a commercial break. TNA action. TNA. Elliot, I don't understand why they are delaying her heel turn. Elliot, your guess is as good as mine. Because she's been now, she's a full year in NXT. Everyone else got jacked up, moved up. She's still in the lateral position. You already have Stephanie Becker, been in there, done that. Julia, been there, done that. Jordan Grace, been there. They all three. That was the big four women that came in at the same time, within the span of a month. And Zarya is the only one that I don't know, with no development. Like her, at least her character, where it's just what's going on. And out of all the wrestling sets, I kind of like Zarya's F5 and all her power moves. Her match with Ying Lee at Genesis was freaking awesome. I was like, you know what? I need Zarya to get booked like that. Zarya needs to get booked and featured that way, the way she was booked on Genesis for TNA last month on the pay-per-view, or a couple weeks ago. That's the Zarya that we need to see on TNA's television. Oh, Yankee fan. Big time Yankee fan. I watched Ethan free pay-per-view on YouTube, and they featured featured on that last one. Oh, I didn't know that. I know Heather. I was talking to Aaron Loves Wrestling podcast. So he's on the YouTube side of the program here. I know you're on Rumba. I just don't have enough time to watch all these different wrestling companies. He's talking about NWA. I would love to watch it. And NWA does a lot of shows in Tampa. Heck, MLW was miles away last week for the ride where I could have watched Karrion Kross win the title. It just don't have enough time to be able to consume all these different shows, from work and setting this up and wrestling. And, for the major companies, I would have loved that to be at that MLW show, in Kissimmee. I like ZaRuca. I got a t-shirt of hers recently. Cool. I think they'll make her heel. She blows JC James out of the water at Stop You. But the problem is that to put JC back in no man's land. No, JC's going to the main roster. I think JC and ZaRuca both are going to head to the main roster after Stand and Deliver. They're not going to do it now because you still need to sell out that PLE. That's like that's their show that they run alongside of WrestleMania. They do need JC Jane, I think that's going to be her send off to the main roster. JC Jane in that Royal Rumble showed me that she belongs in the main roster. Well, I always knew that, had the privilege and honor to fly to New York and being at Slammiversary when she captured the Knockouts title with Chef when we were in the building. I said, you know what, she belongs. And JC Jane, to see that good moment, I always knew her mannerism as a heel was great. The only one thing I did not know, I thought she was always going to be stereotyped as a tag team wrestler. And she broke that stereotype last summer for me. I think she's ready to go to that next step to the main roster as a female heel. World Championship material on the main roster, that's debatable. As of right now, not really. But once she gets on that main roster and she could get over with the crowd and work as that heel to be discussed and try to win let's face it, a very dull, not receptive crowd in the main roster for women's wrestling. If she could win that, she'll be in good shape. I want a pay-per-view that's Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, like triple threat, 6-man, all that cool stuff. Talent. Let's just hope that we get that for the Royal Rumble. For the Survivor Series next year. They could use a little bit of a different revamp, a little different, something different. We'd love to see a Survivor Series style Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA. That would be something. That would be cool for the Survivor Series, but I don't know if that will happen. That's just us really super fantasy booking. Or even AAA. You could even add a AAA team. Wouldn't mind seeing, their brands that they could really have a brand Survivor Series if they really want, Look, I said it last year. I said it for next year. Excuse me. When they go to Saudi Arabia, look, let's face it. We're not everyone. I think 70% of the wrestling fans are not on board of them going to Saudi Arabia for the WrestleMania 2 nights. They have Stand and Deliver. The next night, I will make it WrestlePalooza. I've said it. WrestlePalooza in the evening and have all the other brands have a super card. TNA, Valve, NXT, AAA, whatever wrestling, whatever performers don't go to Saudi Arabia. You could even say WWE performers or even legends that don't go, whatever, and have that WrestlePalooza where some type of Dusty Rhodes tournament, something along the line, something, I don't know, That's for creative to but a super show of all the different companies that are collaborating with the WWE. You want to bring in GCW. You can have a blood sport match on that WrestlePalooza. It's something so like that. The independent, like the WrestleCades and the WrestleCons, all those stuff could still do the convention around that weekend from Stand and Deliver and WrestlePalooza. You still have your WrestleMania Saudi, but you should always definitely have something along the lines. And also the independent scene. You'll get a lot of people to work here. There we go. We got, here comes the personal consigliere. Yeah, Chef has been saying that for a while. Look at him. The Elegance brand. ZaRuca's awesome mentality. Yeah. But sky's the limit, Aaron. Sky's the limit for ZaRuca in the main roster. I just hope they don't force feed her a lot with like a John Cena type of babyface. People, how wrestling fans, they don't like the babyface too much. They get too much sweet and they get look at her. She's back at a team at WWE. The presentation looks good. Just don't give them a microphone. Ash is back. So all right, here we go. The Elegance brand. You know what? She would make a great U.S. champion. Yeah. Believe it or not, yeah. Oh, we got Daria. Daria's back in the TNA. Look at that. Daria Ray back in the TNXT brand. Look who's there. Sonia Deville. Yeah, that's Chris's favorite referee. Here we go. Oh, hold on. This time I got my phone right here. They're on character wise, yes. Character wise, with your text, Jeff, on character wise. But ZaRuca's, I believe, dating Tyler Bates. Tyler Bates and ZaRuca are an item. Look at that. We got M by Elegance. I've said this. M by Elegance is the one that, look at that super kick by Maggie Lee. M by Elegance is going to be the breakout star of this group, but not yet, ladies and gentlemen. Not yet. I've been giving her flowers and praises. Look at her mannerism, her size, her look. All right, here's H, Heather by Elegance. Now, it doesn't mean that Heather cannot wrestle. She could, but I think Maggie, M by Elegance, got a bigger upside. Much bigger upside. I see this, ladies, here. They remind me of Jack Frost and a Heat Mister from the old Christmas movie. Oh, my goodness. Here's one thing. When you see M by Elegance, you see Mila Moore, you see Indy Hartwell, they need to get Vicious Vicky on that program. On TNA, part of the Knockouts brand. My gosh, she fits. She checks the boxes for the height and the look that they have. And if you want some heel, major heel, the kick demon. Oh my goodness, Janai Kai will go great on that Knockouts division. Yeah, her and Ying Lee having some matches and Zaya Brookside. I mean, my goodness. I never thought I would say this, but let's go Elegance brand, the elephant brand, like Santino likes to say. Tony D, news team. I like his own, Aaron. I like Tony D'Angelo's whole presentation with the lights off and all that. I'm pretty sure that was a good introduction or repackaging for Tony D'Angelo earlier tonight. I totally agree with you. I am in favor of it, and I like it. Sometimes a little bit of fresh coat or fresh paint doesn't hurt. And for Tony D'Angelo, so far so good. It looks good. That fresh coat looks really good. Death Rebel has a few good ones. I don't want to say that too loud, Aaron. If you're Stephanie Vaquer, I mean, my goodness. All right, here we go. Zaria's gonna. Oh. Hey, what's Ash doing? Get her down. I thought damn, Heather ran hightail out of that one. Here we go. Here's Maggie. Come on. Overall, I'm not a Death Rebel fan, but they have a few good ones. All right. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, right? I can see that. Another commercial. We got the Elegance brand. Look at that. TNA. You know what I didn't notice? Where's the male Bimbo? Where's the male Elegance guy? Consider the TNA roster is almost zero. I got to support whoever's left. My internet was out last week, so I didn't get to see Macklin get fired. Ugh. According to reports, Heather, I think it might be storyline. I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers that the Macklin stuff is just a storyline gimmick. I hope, but I'm only gonna put 25% stock in that it's a gimmick. I still think 75% he might be gone. We'll find out this Wednesday. If he just shows up on the other company on Wednesday nights, then it's out of the picture. Because I don't know if he shows, unless if he shows, I don't know. I don't think he shows up tonight unless No, I know, Heather. I know you don't want to see the himbo from the Elegance brand, but I'm surprised he didn't show up on NXT television. You got Daria. You just saw the one half of the general manager, Daria. I would have liked Santino to become an NXT GM here. Chris, I wanted to mention, I know I told that earlier, Chris said he would like to see Shayna Baszler as NXT's general manager. She's got a lot of history with NXT brand. You could keep her on. And also, if Daria Ray, Sonya Deville gets a little out of line, you could have a match, general manager versus general manager. We could pay off there. Robert Stone, mixed tag team match with Daria versus Santino and Shayna Baszler. You could mix tag and do that other stuff. You could pay it off with, who could take some general manager could take some bumps if you wanted to go that route. I like what he said there. I was joking around. I said, why did you make AJ Styles the general manager of NXT now that Dave is gone? But we know, and AJ Styles could still wrestle in NXT and TNA. He goes as a general manager and they get disrespect him and yada. Francis Kazarian, you could still have that one match. He's still with the WWE brand. Ooh, that was almost sloppy there. Good recovery there. I think Heather needs to Heather needs to cut down a little bit on the cheesecake that night here. All right, here's Maggie Lee now. But look how big Zaria towers. And Maggie, she didn't tag ZaRuca. I'm starting to get all right, yes. Hurry, because you're gonna miss this the outcome of here, the new tag team champions, possibly. No, I think Ashley's gonna get involved in this match. They're in picture. That's why you don't hear it in the background yet, because you don't want to hear Old Spice commercials. All right, here we go. Tag. Here we go. Elegance branded control here on Zaria. Zaria didn't want to tag ZaRuca. She's upset that they sent her to Saudi Arabia and didn't. Here's a windmill. And again, that's the second time they did that move. This time they did it correctly. It was more cleaner. They're building for the hot tag here. Let's see. They build the hot tag right after the commercial break here. If Zarya will get the hot tag because she's been a little selfish. Who is your favorite right now in WWE? Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is my favorite all day. Oh, she didn't tag her again. A second time not to make the tag here. Oh. Did it replay this? Is this a replay of the whole match here? What? I thought I just saw this, or am I having deja vu? Ooh, nice cold breaker knees. Cover. They want so. They want so. Oh, we got Shawn Legacy in the back getting ready. Look at that. This guy is good. I like this Shawn Legacy. He's grown on me. Oh, so. Oh. The crowd wants so. Zarya, will she tag? Will she not be stubborn and tag? We'll see. Man, I don't want to see ZaRuca turn heel. There's a tag. ZaRuca tagged her own self in. ZaRuca now in the hot tag. Nice German suplex release. Nice kick here. What's ZaRuca going to do? ZaRuca middle rope. Missile drop kick. I think she might have hurt a hamstring there. Oh, knee. Running knee. Cover. Oh, kick out at 2. Heather. Look at Heather. Heather by Elegance. H. ZaRuca wants to tag. I don't know. I think Zarya is going to walk out on her. Ah, don't tell me this. Roll up on the knee. Roll cradle. Kick out at 2. Tag. Maggie Lee with the tag. Oh, what a super kick by Maggie and her long legs here on the outside. H with the nice crossbody. Now, here we go. Maggie now going to the top. Now top rope. No, misses. ZaRuca still alive. TNA Knockouts Tag Team titles are on the balance here. Here it goes. So, there's a tag. Gets a springboard clothesline. Zarya's in. Oh, wait a minute. We got with the ladies now. Not getting along here. Candy Elegance brand. No. Leapfrog. Double spear by the challengers. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, zipper it up there. We almost had a wardrobe malfunction there by Zarya. Zarya now. F5. Soul Snatcher. Nope. Got Zarya. So hit Zarya with the Soul Snatcher. Now Ashley by Elegance. Now she got Ash. Got her out. Here we go. Tag. Uh-oh. Here we go. The Elegance brand look like they're going to retain here. Cover. The Elegance brand on top. They win. TNA comes in and they defend their tag team, their knockout titles. Let's go. You know what? This is the best match that the Elegance brand has had as a team. Kudos M and H. Got put on a great match here on television, on WWE TV. One of their best matches they ever had. Good job there by the Elegance brand. And they need it. That's the right place. You know what? That's the right place, the right time to have your best match in front of the WWE universe with the WWE crowd, because they see something. You know how WWE, they like to keep their eye on talent. And I've told you about Maggie Lee. Here comes Daria Ray. All right, Sonya Deville. We're not gonna get the heel. We're not getting this heel turn. I don't know why they keep prolonging it. Boy, the Vanity Projects, we know they're the future and they're the up and coming group. But they sitting around with Ethan Page makes Ethan look so old, and Ethan's only 34 years old. But damn, did they make him look like he's ancient?
Gentlemen, fantastic thought handling Joe Hendry. Thanks, Ego. I was just trying to make sure.
We got the Evolved champion there, Jackson Drake.
Well aware of why you did it, but boys, a word of advice. If you don't want a problem afterwards, just finish the job. Drink a roll or something. Oh, hey, by the way, let's deal with Miles. Oh, Miles. Are you mean the man that doesn't want to take a lick of advice that hit you?
I heard a lot of slack about this 2K26. People don't like the graphics. I don't play. It's been years that I don't play the game or any of the games. Just again, I don't have enough time to play games, watch the wrestling, break things down, be a husband, electrician, this, that. It's a lot of stuff, man. Not enough hours in the day. Wake up early at 3. Try to get a nap here and there. It's a lot. It's a lot. I would love to play 2K, the wrestling games, but I just don't have enough time. It's just not enough time in the day for me. All right, we got a commercial break. First hour in the books of NXT here. So far, the champions have retained. We have had Izzi Dane retaining her Women's North American title in a triple threat. Of course, beating Thea and Lola Vice. We just had the TNA Knockouts champion be defended there by the Elegance brand, coming to hostile territory with a heavy favorite, Zari and ZaRuca, which I thought, it would be great for TNA television to have them both hold the Knockouts tag team titles for more people to tune in to see ZaRuca. Just saw her on the PLE, you saw her on Saturday night's main event. Then you see her on TNA television with the Knockouts title. All it's going to do is boost TNA's ratings more. But they didn't go that route. They kept the Elegance brand, where the Elegance brand raised their level of in-ring performance tonight, which it makes that decision even better for them to keep and retain their titles, because they had the best freaking match as a group, as the Elegance brand all together. So kudos, ladies. You made that decision for your head of creative and booking. Seems strong, be honest with you, because you really defended it well. Now, don't go have a stinker next time on Thursday night. Don't have another cringy, stinky moment, because, man, that could have been taken away from you in a heartbeat from you ladies. So good job there. And they seem so much right, Heather, and everyone that's listening, without the himbo, without the male bimbo that sits around with them. It just don't fit. That guy don't fit. You saw it here on TNA, on NXT TV tonight. They didn't bring him out, and they didn't feel cringy or like, ugh. They felt fine. Do you think Ethan Page will go to the main roster after Stand and Deliver, Samurai? I can see All Ego Ethan Page show up after Stand and Deliver. Remember, they need big time name marquee for Stand and Deliver if they're going to try to use like either the Palms or the T-Mobile Arena for Stand and Deliver in Las Vegas. They need name marquee names. They need to keep a couple of the people in NXT. Like I think Kalani, ZaRuca, JC Jane, they'll still be on the Stand and Deliver match. And then one of them, whoever holds on to that, well, Kendall Gray. I don't think Kendall Gray gets called up. Maybe Kendall Gray. They have a fatal four-way where Kendall becomes champion, and then the ladies start moving their way up to the roster. Where she beats JC Jane, she moves up to the main roster some type of way or some form. They still need those marquee names for Stand and Deliver. I hope they could heat up Ren Sinclair, Kendall Gray. We'll see. I love the new additions involved. Yeah, wait until Kaylee Armstrong gets going. I love Kaylee Armstrong. I think she, my goodness. Kaylee Armstrong is one of those, I was saying she should be, if they were going to revamp Jade Cargill's baddie, she should have been one of the baddies along with Jada Parker. But I don't think they're going that route. But still, I don't think she's ready for the main roster though. But I would have liked that. That's how much Kaylee Armstrong has her match with Kendall Gray in sessions for Evolve was. I was in the building. You see me. I'm in the front row. I loved it. Being there first row. Watch that. My goodness, that was great. I remember tweeting that out to Chris because they didn't air it about 2 to 3 weeks later. And I said, the match of the year for Evolve or match of the woman Evolve right there was great. Oh, that's where earlier today. Jada Parker gets attacked by Blake Monroe. I know my friends told me when they were at when they see that all those people behind her, that's how you have to stand in line before you go to the Performance Center. You got to you got the shenanigans. Blake Monroe attacking Jada Parker. I loved it. You need Blake Monroe to channel some of her aggression that she had when she was formerly known as Mariah May. She doesn't have to be the exact duplicate of Mariah May because I think that essence belonged to AEW for her as Mariah May. But they need to bring a little bit of that personality, not the full copy and paste, just a little bit of the personality in the NXT brand. All right, we got a tag team matchup. This is the second match already that when they come back from the break, the competitors are in the ring waiting like a bunch of clowns, like a video game to hit the pause button and start button. I kind of want to. I don't like it. I like it. Well, I don't like it, but here's the thing: they have shitty ring introductions, music. So, are we looking at a time where in wrestling now that they don't want us to emphasize on the music anymore of the ring entrance, which is a big mistake because you identify with a wrestler with their first verses of their songs. When you hear the glass shatter, when you hear your smell, the rips of the music tells you the story of a wrestler. I hope they don't try to take that away because it's gonna be generic and flat if they go away from introduction theme music, good ones, man. And here's one thing that I keep saying. And again, I'm gonna be a little biased because my son graduated from that university recently, and he has a music degree. Get some of these kids from Full Sail. You're working already in Full Sail. Get some of these young, hungry kids to make some music, some beats. It's not gonna cost you a bunch of money and just license it and have them make some good introduction music. My God, some of the slop that Def Rebel's putting out. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talented young kids who has the ear of the music there from Full Sail, man. They're hungry. They need an opportunity. They're in student debts. Come on, put them to work. Pay them per piece. Pay them for piece for songs production that you like. If it hits, they my goodness, be a little creative. Nothing motivates people more with money. We put some kids that want to produce some music from Full Sail. Let's go. You give these Def Rebels and they're just phoning it in with these. They all sound generic, taking it all. No. The Street Profits sound all the same. They all sound the same. The Judgment Day, it all sounds the same. Get some kids there with some creative minds here. All right. Do we see Uriah Kiner's kind of leave Tail Dixon here? Maybe after the end of the match? I don't know, because then you're kind of repeating the same. You know what? You're kind of repeating the same thing when we had Saria and ZaRuca. I'm glad they haven't missed any of this. No, you're the Elegance brand, Heather. I said it earlier when you went away to take care of your business. The best match in Elegance brand career for both ladies. Their best match was with ZaRuca and Azaria were tonight. And what a way to do it on WWE television. I thought the Elegance brand, the ladies, both ladies worked. Maggie and Heather worked really well. Kudos on the great matchup for them. In fact, I'm going to tweet them. I'm going to tweet Maggie later on. As soon as I'm off the air, I'll tweet her and tell her, yo, you ladies had a great match. Don't forget, you get to watch all your TNA Impact talent here interviewed. That was a quick match. Hopefully, pretty soon, hopefully we get M by Elegance on our channel or Heather to interview in upcoming weeks. We had Ash by Elegance, but she canceled last second. It happens. Look, we had a couple of people lined up and we just, things happen. Matt Hardy's wife ran out of gas, had to cancel our interview. Oh, wait a minute. Take a look. Things are developing here. Kale Dixon and Uriah. There we go. He's leaving them. Connors is going with the nepotism family. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Fatal influence. All right, I like this. Fatal influence is next. All right, laugh out loud. It's a double cheeseburger with fries tonight. Yeah. No, I mean this. I got zero interest in Chase U. Chase U is going to be disbanded in a minute. You know what? Why don't they just make Andre Chase the general manager? I hate to say it. He's been there forever. I'm gonna be a GM for NXT. Look, they put Ava. Ava had zero charisma. She got over. Let's face it. She got that position for being Simone Johnson. It was okay, but it was okay to see her have that role. It didn't bother me, but she really didn't add anything as a general manager. She always talked like she had a mouthful of marbles. Why not Andre Chase? Put him in there. Let him be a general manager. Why not? If you're not going to bring a big name like a Shayna Baszler or AJ Styles, why not Andre Chase? Make him the GM. Get it? Chase gimmick is over. Let him just be the general manager, Andre Chase, and you move on with that. I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind it one bit. You don't have to fire him. People still have jobs. He still don't have to get released. Make him a general manager. Why back and forth making matches? You could, he could take bumps if one of the heels get out of control, like Keanu Carver hates his guts, he gets his ass kicked. And Andre Chase, put him in I can see that rather than Robert Stone. Let Robert Stone do the evolve and back and forth to TNA. Wouldn't mind Andre Chase. I wouldn't mind Andre Chase being the general manager. I'm not a big fan of him either, but why not? I think we're going to come back from this commercial. We'll probably get the speed champion, one of the speed qualifiers tournament match. It's going to be Briggs. Briggs should be taking on who was he taking on? He's taking on someone. Oh, Eli Knight. Yeah. Excellent idea because he was dean of Chase U, and it's always a reason to want to mold new talent. Yeah. And then, you know me. I never liked the Chase U gimmick for reasons. But general manager, why not? The guy doesn't have to lose his job if he's not gonna. He might not be the greatest in ring. He could be a general manager, on air talent. You never know what that could flourish into. All right, they're in a commercial break. Super Bowl this weekend. Guess I know someone who's not going to be watching it. This guy right here. I can't see my page. I can't see my the Patriots hoist another trophy, and Sam, who saw Ghost in New York City, hoist a Lombardi trophy. Ugh, it's sickening. I mean, meanwhile, it's since 1969. Ugh, no. Death Rebel is basura. I agree with you, Samurai. Samurai, you going to Raw next week in Cleveland? They're going to be in your city. Jericho will make a great. There was mention of Jericho being a GM. Hi guys, imagine him come out. Hi guys, I'm your new general manager. Hi guys. Oh my God, you're going to be under the Jericho learning tree. Oh my God, talk about taking shots. Oh, all right. See, what the hell is going on? We're not getting the full entrance here tonight. This is the most weirdest NXT. They come back with them in the ring already. I got to say, we're not going to see the cringy little dance that JC Jane does, though. I could appreciate that. JC Jane talking about her Royal Rumble, long overdue. I think she eliminated by ZaRuca, right? Yeah. She did throw out Kalani. And she's like, you don't belong here. Go back to NXT. I remember that. That was a good elimination. They were. They were? All right.
Do you people know what it feels like?
You made the list. Yeah, imagine that. Jericho comes out. You just made the list.
From underneath you at the very last second. You see, this past Saturday in a moment that was long overdue. I know. I competed in my very first Royal Rumble. And it was going exactly the way I always pictured it would. I was on fire. I was killing it. I even threw that status Kalani Jordan right over the top rope. And the crowd.
I love it. Like the fickle people that you are, I love it. JC, love it.
Across the world, everybody knows that I am, in fact, the backbone of the deepest women's division in the world today. Going absolutely perfect. That is.
She was. Let's talk about that. That's facts. Talk it, girl. Talk your shit.
That was supposed to be my moment. And of course, of all people to do this to me, it would be ZaRuca. I mean, why would I expect anything less? Well, I've been carrying this division on my back all year. Who's the one person that everybody
I thought she was gonna curse. Oh, Zarya. I kind of like this. I like this. Let's go. I like where we're going here. I like this. Ladies and gentlemen, Zarya interrupts.
It's fine. You can steal my moment. That's perfectly freaking fine. Because at the end
Uh-oh.
finally shut everyone up and kill.
They just tolerate her. Damn.
That's why my next opponent for the NXT Women's Championship. No, JC. Did you really think you could?
Nah, come on. Don't force feed Kendall.
Sola's got plenty of opportunities handed to her here.
I kind of would like to see Ren Sinclair get more opportunities than Kendall. Kendall's the Evolved champion. She's great. Now, it's not. Don't force feed her on us yet.
Sol isn't the one that you should be worried about taking that title. You should be worried about me wriggling out of your grubby little heads. Sorry. You know, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but there's a reason that you don't get any opportunities. Everybody loves Sol. They just tolerate you. Sol's proven time and time again why she deserves those opportunities, while you, on the other hand,
Oh.
you haven't done a damn thing. Hold on.
Oh. Oh, they burn her. All right, here comes ZaRuca now. Number one contendership match. I hope.
You see, I used to ask myself if I was ready. But now, the question in my mind isn't if I can beat you and become the NXT Women's Champion. It's whether
Yeah.
I can pin you or tap you
For
out.
yourselves. Yeah, couples therapy. There we go.
You stay out of my way. Why? She deserves
Oh, here comes General Manager. Look at it. That's Robert Stone. Unique. Hi, Brandon.
Just chill out for a second. Look, all of us want a shot at that NXT Women's Championship. I mean, I know Kendall does.
A tag match. What? This is a tag team match for one of them to be the to challenge for the champion. Why not have them all? And the winner, the one true one that pins, gets the opportunity. No, I don't want that Dork Robert Stone. I remember when the guy off for running out of TNA. You like that? Vegas. I don't know if I'm going this year. I don't know. I got to see. I think I'd rather put my stock at Backlash Tampa. Wait a minute. Here we go. Kalani Jordan.
Live from Atlanta, Georgia, is going to go one-on-one with JCJ for the NXT Women's Championship.
Break up the team was in. I didn't see it that way. Good point. All right, here we go. Main event. I mean, I was about to say, give it time. You got to give this match time. You know. Here we go. NXT title, vacant title. We're gonna have a new champion now. Here's Ricky Saints. Boy, I hope they don't go. I don't know if Ricky Saints wins. It's gonna feel like going around the block just across the street. I just want Zarya to run through somebody. She needs a little title. Since I didn't give it to Jordan either. I said that earlier, Heather. I said they deprived us. They didn't give us Jordan Grace versus Zarya. They built it. They teased it. No, they didn't build it. They teased it at that ECW show when she was the Knockouts champion in that 10-woman tag. And they never gave that. They never went back to that. They never sniffed of an idea or thought a process at all. It's like creative when from NXT went out for lunch. It's like a tale of two creatives. My goodness. Here's Shawn Legacy coming out. I give him a 10% chance. I don't think he's not there yet. Your favorite right now, it should be Ricky Saints. I give Ricky Saints a 50% chance of winning this ladder match, and then you divide it within the rest of the other. Dion Lennox is interesting. I don't know. Do they dare to put the title on this kid? Nice flippy dude guy. Yeah, I say this. WWE likes their blonde Barbie dolls and their great push, unless they're Queen Goth Rhea. I mean, you're never gonna get Rhea versus Zarya the way they book in Zarya. It's like Rhea's gonna be ancient. She'll be gone, but by the time they get Zarya cooking in the main roster. Here's the Evolve champion. This guy is young, but he's got a look. Jackson Drake's got a look. He's got a look. Face of the company, Nick Nemeth type of look. That pretty boy look that they could market. He's marketable. Just don't. If he keeps his physique where don't tattoo it up. I think he could be one of those and beef up more muscles. Face of a company type of look. Well, believe it or not. This guy scares the shit out of me because I could see Undertaker politicking to have this guy win this ladder match. Charlotte Hill. Dude, look at the camera, dude. Here's Keanu Carver. Now, this guy has an attitude, a problem, an issue. That man, he looked like he's going to hurt some people. Let's go. Keanu Carver. Does he feel force? Let me ask the chat. His attitude is mean, badass. Does it feel forced, or you think that's a natural look for him? Sometimes it looks or feels a little bit forced. I don't doubt that he's one of these mother truckers, like they say, but I still feel that sometimes he forces a little bit. Why did we cut in the middle promo in the back here? Not yet for him. Okay. Well, wait a minute. We mentioned about that earlier about Roadblock at the theater in Madison Square Garden. The home of the New York Knicks, New York Rangers. Next week, you're going to get Jada Parker versus Blake Monroe. Oh, whoever scores the pinfall. Yeah, that's why you might as well make it a fatal four-way because it's going to turn into a fatal four-way. I like the chaos. Now I see it. Now I see the bottom line. All right, we got Joe Hendry coming out. I believe it's Joe Hendry. Ooh, production issues. So I've got Ricky Saints at a 50%. This guy 25, and the rest of you could divide it amongst the rest of the field. I give a 10% for Shiloh Hill, and then the rest divide. Dion Lennox is a little bit of a wild card, man, but I'd rather have Dion Lennox win it before Shiloh Hill, if it makes sense. The only really options in this match is Joe and Ricky. I think Dion Lennox is one of those, Heather, because he's part of that DarkState where they want to really push DarkState heavy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those guys. If they put the title on Dion Lennox, it won't surprise me. It won't shock me. All right, so this is something that haven't happened over 10 years. A ladder match for determine the title. All right. I'm surprised Shawn Michaels have those legendary ladder matches with Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title. I mean, he's one of those that we thought you would have some more signature ladder matches. But what I like about it, they're not bastardizing the ladder match for the titles. When done correctly, it means special for the men's. We've seen the women do the ladder match. We saw the inaugural, the women's inaugural North American title via ladder match. The Lennox kid isn't bad. He's just way too early. Okay. Here we go. Saints and Hendry. I say this. What looks good? If Ricky Saints win, I don't mind seeing not a unification, but a champion versus your TNA champion. Ricky Saints, Mike Santana, or run it back with Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. I mean, where there's history there. There we go. Ricky Saints gonna do he's gonna do the old school. He's gonna walk the ropes. So long as Taker's pet project doesn't win the title, I'm cool, whatever. At least they're giving this match some time for chaos. They're giving it 20 plus minutes for chaos, which I appreciate it because one thing me that I always complain about NXT, the lack of time in the main event. Now, one thing you got to worry about at least for Jackson Drake, he's got the Vanity Project to garner and watch his back. Numbers game. For Dion Lennox, you got the game along with the DarkState group. Oh, wait a minute. He's got his hands on it already. That was quick. Wow, that was quick. He had his hands. That was the first person to get his hands on that title. Almost ripped it off. Powerbomb by Joe Hendry. No, he's going to throw him to the crowd. Oh, goodness. Joe Hendry looked like he's about to go over. Yep. Joe Hendry now. Here we go. Joe Hendry. Nice. Little cannonball indeed. We got a commercial break. But they'll stay with the commercial break here in the international feed. This is why I like to use the international feed, because we get to see the continuous action, not just the commercial breaks on the CW network or the affiliates here in the United States. So that's why we stay with the international feed, with Joe Hendry now setting up a ladder in the middle of the ring here. Of course, you are watching Sports Jedi Network with BX Sports Jedi Kev. It's our watch along here. powered by Blackout Coffee, fueling the watch along here as our sponsor. Don't forget, go to our promo code Sports Jedi 20 and save 20% off here on blackoutcoffee.com. Also, we're powered by Dude Wipes. Staying fresh, staying match ready, staying clean. Sports Jedi Network and Dude Wipes, wiping up the competition. As we got now during the break here we go. Keanu Carver now climbing the ladder now. But Joe Hendry now from the back drops him down. There we go. We got Joe Hendry and Keanu Carver back and forth. You really like Keanu Carver. Keanu Carver is going to be a power. It's going to be a powerhouse, but not yet. You can see that there. I'm actually surprised he's getting featured here over Harlem Lewis. Harlem Lewis, my goodness, I love his intensity. I thought those two were going to be the face of Evolve, when especially that first few episodes of Evolve. I thought, but then we saw Harlem Lewis go to LFG, and he went to Japan, had a nice little run there, and Noah and so forth. I don't know what happened with his momentum for Harlem Lewis. Good job that Keanu Carver is getting that push here, and good match so far, indeed. And they got time here to breathe, Aaron, because it's 20 minutes. They're not going to rush this. I like it. They're going to have their spots, their moments. Oh, he missed with that out. There we go. Here's the one thing I got to say, Heather, that I'm worried. I don't see Shiloh Hill doing no offense. And if the later the match goes, I don't want to see him nowhere. I want to have him get him out of all his offense out now. I don't need him nowhere near that top of the ladder as the time is starting to run down where the show is about to end. You know what I mean? Here's Jackson Drake. Oh, wait a minute. It's the second time this kid has come so close to that title. Here's Ricky Saints now. Saints is up there. Saints almost had it. Oh, Legacy now. Here's Sean Legacy. And Saints. Oh, nice step up in Seguri now. Nice forearm shot. What we got going on here? Double clothesline? No. Double super kick as Ricky Saints goes down. Oh, Jackson Drake delivers a super kick there to Sean Legacy. Why did he get the ladder out? All right, so the young kid wants to pose in the middle of the ring where the ladder. You should be climbing the ladder. Here we go. Spanish Fly. Beautiful Legacy Spanish Fly in the center of the ring. Come on, Joe and Ricky. Or Ricky. That's Heather's favorites. Those are her two favorites here. Yeah, I think Joe or Ricky makes the most sense right now. They're the most polished wrestler, but I don't know. I think NXT is gonna do something different. We coming back here as Keanu Carver now causing havoc on the outside. Shiloh Hill now. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. Now they're jostling back and forth. What's a ladder between Shiloh and Carver? Carver, what is he doing? Carver ripped the ladder in half. Keanu Carver ripped the ladder in a maniac, and here's Shiloh. Nope, grabbed him by the throat. Oh, Sean Legacy. Legacy's flying here. Look at Legacy working. All right, nice roll. Oh, beautiful. Sean Legacy is nice. This great sequence for Sean Legacy here. Oh, man, he is showing a display right now. Look at this. Oh, sliced bread by Sean Legacy. Beautiful. What a sequence here for Sean Legacy. Now go climb that ladder because you were impressive, kid. But here is Jackson Drake grabbing the ankles. What a moment there for Sean Legacy had there. I mean, oh my God, the flurries of offense in the sequence. That was fun. Oh, wait a minute. Jackson Drake has a second time on the hands on the title. But then Sean Legacy and Drake back and forth. This is what if you looked at Unreal, Shiloh Hill is dog walking. That is so. I'm gonna tell you something. That is so dangerous. That is not OSHA approved. Holy crap! That is. They use it like crutches. That is so. That could go wrong so many ways. Not no more. Oh, Doomsday Device. Beautiful Doomsday Device between Lewis and Carver. Yes, the crowd, rightfully so. This is awesome. Great ladder match. Great ladder match here so far. We still got 15 minutes of this chaos to go, and a good chaos. Guys are getting their moments in from Legacy, from Shiloh Hill walking that ladder, from Carver, from the Doomsday, from Lewis. Lewis with the spine buster. Lennox is all by himself. He's climbing. Got one. Oh, wait a minute. Who came out of nowhere and got him down? Who was it? Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry now. Standing ovation. Right on the ladder. Joe Hendry. As the Knicks beat the Wizards. Dominate the Wizards. Ooh, what a kick. 2 days before the trading deadline in the NBA. Oh, beautiful knees. Sean Legacy. Jackson Drake now. Jackson Drake, what is he going to do now? Springboard. Swan time. Okay. Uh-oh. Again, he's going to get another fingertip on the title. This kid again is no one was around. Oh, Ricky Saints. Oh, damn. Carver just knocked him until next week. Uh-oh. Trying to go for her Karana. No. Power bomb. No, countered. Look at this. He countered like he was in a rumble. But he's going to go flying now. Oh, beautiful corkscrew twist out there on the outside by this Jackson Drake, the Evolve champion. This match is awesome. I'm going to be totally honest. I wasn't expecting I thought it was going to be a later ladder match, yada, yada. I didn't expect this type of organized carnage with everyone getting their moves in. And we still got 10 minutes. And this has over exceeded my expectations. I thought it was going to be, all right, let's see who's going to get the ladder match. No, this has been really good. That's why it's hard to judge immediately without watching. Judge a book by its cover. I mean, just by seeing the participant, I'm going to be honest, I was lukewarm on this, and this has been great. Yeah, Keanu is a monster. Yeah, he is a monster. And again, Jackson Drake going up the ladder. Jackson Drake about to get one hand on the title. Again, that's the 4th time this kid has had that hand on that title. And he has the title right there to his grasp. But Carver, again, the big monster, laying in. His move, his offense, look like it. It just hurts you. He talk about selling, man. He lays those punches with some mustard, man. And he's taking on the 2 big dogs here, Shiloh Hill and Lewis. Why is this match even competitive? I mean, honest with you, Heather, I love it. Let them get their offense in. This is you know what? They're rebranding the men's division, Heather, and if they're going to make a competitive match that they're going to tell us that these men have arrived, I'm good. I'd rather have this match where everyone has put their offense and tell us they arrived than boring and like, oh my God, where's NXT going with these guys? No, these guys are impressive. I'm very optimistic with the NXT men's division here going forward. They're not ready yet. Then that means that I'm not saying that next week or in the next month or two they're going to give you a compelling men's matchup. But by the end of the year, for the summer, the NXT men's division is going to be on fire. they're going to be fire. They're going to be good. If this is what they're showing us with these men here in this ladder match, they're in good hands. Now they got to put it together. Ooh, big shot by Lewis. They're in a picture-in-picture on the CW network right now. We got 10 minutes, 10 full minutes here before they go off the air. We'll have a new champion within 9. We gave you 1 minute to get the legacy. We get a legacy chance from the crowd. He's won the NXT crowd. I'm not going to lie. His offensive flurry there really won this crowd over. Good job there. And I don't think this crowd has favorites right now. I don't think so. I don't think this crowd, normally this is a crowd that has uber favorites. They know who they are. They'll cheer for them. This is one, I'll be honest with you, this is a neutral site type of matchup for this NXT crowd who's heavy, have their heavy favorites. One guy, the hug chaser of the group is not there. He's in Vegas, so he's not going to be chasing the hug from for Ricky Saints. Everyone else is neutral. Everyone they're seeing and who's winning them, and it seems like Legacy's won the crowd over. Yeah, this match is also awesome. Look at Shiloh Hill. That was impressive for Shiloh Hill. As much slack as I give the kid, that was very impressive. He's done a couple impressive stops. Oh, this has got to stop, though. He's going to take his tooth out. Is that his urn? Is that what Undertaker told him? The urn power, this teeth. Now, yeah, he's chasing the hug with the toothless stuff. Oh, damn, he's taking out Carver. All right, I understand. That's how you're going to take out the big behemoth Carver, him taking his tooth out and going bananas. Okay, and they're stacking ladders on Carver. Damn, every man for themselves, but they're working in unison to take the kid out. Oh, damn. Why? You had a ladder already set up there, kid. Watch out, Joe. They're all going to walk. They see a guy swinging a ladder. They're going to go running to him. I could do without this spot. I could do without that. I mean, he's still swinging a ladder. People are still walking into this. I could have done without this spot. All right, Shadow Hill. Get this kid. That was a bad spot. You're having a great match, guys. Don't goofball it up. Don't corny it up. Don't goof it up. And they just did with that ladder spot. I like that move by Jackson Drake, Shining Wizard. Where's Ricky Saints? He's setting something up here. John Legacy with a super kick. Now, okay, he set up the ladder for himself. Legacy, is he going to do a 450 splash? Oh, look at this. No, wait a minute. Springboard. Yeah, got the 450. I don't know if he landed it. Who got it worse, him on the ladder or Jackson Drake? That was a nice move there. Let's see this replay. Oh, no, he got him. Okay. Now Sean Legacy. Dion Lennox on the other side. You got 6 minutes left. In a ladder match that has been phenomenal right now. Right now, if the week would end it, this is match of the week right now. I mean, we still got so much wrestling left tomorrow. And then so for Thursday night, you got Friday night SmackDown. So there is still a lot of wrestling before match of the week, but this is your leading candidate right here. Legacy has a hand on it. No. Lennox is now biting fingers here. We got 4 guys here. Here's the 4 spots here. Where is Ricky Saints through all this? Where's the opportunistic Saints? He is nowhere near this title. 4 hands on the title. Who's going to grab it? This is what I think Keanu Carver is going to come and just knock all these guys off the ladder. Joe Hendry's just having a vacation. Look at him. He's sitting there like he's on the beach. Get up, Joe. We could see you there hanging out like you're at the beach. Oh, Dion Lennox is always... Oh, Dion Lennox got it. Oh, Joe, there's Joe Hendry. Damn, I was like wondering, why are you sitting like you're at the beach? Where is Ricky Saints? Did he go back to All Elite Wrestling? Ooh, Joe Hendry goes up and over. No, he's still in there. Takes Dion Lennox with him. Is Keanu Carver still underneath the ladder? I think he still is. Damn, Lennox got hit. Any second, the monster's going to wake up from underneath the ladders. Yep, there it is. Right on cue, pal. Uh-oh. Henry's in trouble now. Uh-oh. This kid is going to go right through the butt, right into the crowd. Shiloh Hill and set into next week. Oh, right through the wall. Goodbye. Sean Legacy. You know he ain't winning. And Sean, 4 minutes. There's Ricky Saints. Uh-oh. Who's left here? Dion Lennox is the only one he didn't. Dion Lennox is going to win this. Dion Lennox is going to win this, guys. He's the only one that Carver didn't take out. He took out everyone else but Lennox. Because he's going to take out Ricky Saints, and then Dion Lennox is going to come out from behind and win it. I wish the camera would not focus on the little referee there giving instructions. He is. The NXT referees, they get so caught up in trying to coach and tell them, oh, damn. He's done. Wait a minute. This is Ricky Saints. Come on, Ricky. All right, Absolute. Go get your title. Go get your title. Nope. Somebody's going to be on the other side of the ladder. Joe Hendry. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. This is the Joe Hendry has a hand on the title. Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints. Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints. Both men are holding on to the title. Who's going to hold on to it? Ricky Saints holding on. He's grabbing it with his body. Joe Hendry not pulling. They're back and forth they go, pulling the title. Who's going to come up with the title in the tug of war? Oh, it's going to be Joe Hendry. Pull it. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is your new NXT World Champion. I did not see that. Wave your hands from side to side again. I believe in Joe Hendry. Let's go. Yes, our softball friend. Yes, Joe Hendry. We saw him in Slammiversary on that softball charity game. Let's go, Joe Hendry. Congratulations, champ. What a match. And you know what? I kind of like the finish. I am very intrigued with the finish. Joe Hendry pulling the title and taking it. Why not? Why not? Joe Hendry, your NXT World Champion. I like it. Some people thought he might be ready for SmackDown, but you know what? They still need stand and deliver tickets. Let's go. Congratulations, Joe. I am very happy with this NXT tonight. I really thought it wasn't going to be really good. And I'm being honest with you, I expected the worst. And I am really pleasantly surprised that this NXT tonight was very, very good. A excellent show here for NXT. You have your new world champion, Joe Hendry. Oh, damn, I said his name and gotta search my house. Tonight was a very good start, hopefully, of the Joe Hendry era in NXT. My takeaway, I enjoyed the triple threat match with the women for the North American title. It was very extremely well. Elegance brand defending their knockouts title. Their best match as a team, as an Elegance brand team for TNA. You have to be encouraged because the ladies they were in the big leads and they raised their bar level of talent. And I'm very excited for what's going to happen now for the Elegance brand moving forward for Maggie and Heather by Elegance. Kudos there. Joe Hendry with this title match. Great job. We heard from Tony D'Angelo. Tony D'Angelo has the mission statement. We're also seeing a stable group forming where it's second generation wrestlers or nepotism babies showing up. You see now Urias Carners joining Nexus King as well with Adriana Grace and Stax. Maybe Charlie Dempsey. Maybe. We'll see where that goes. I like that rising there. We have some speed title matches for the upcoming new champion, Jasper Troy. Ia LaFleur getting a big victory, moving on. So NXT did a lot of good things to progress the storyline where, let's face it, it's been a little bit underwhelming, in my opinion, in the last few weeks. But now it's starting to move. And I'm not saying it was the no general manager. Ava's gone. Robert Stone making a stipulation match, kind of putting the tag team, whoever gets the pin gets the chance to go at JC Jane. That was something different, innovated. We saw Daria come out along with the TNA brand. So a lot of good things tonight. Awesome show for NXT, where, again, I had low expectations on coming into it. I was totally honest with you. I thought this was going to be mine. It's going to be a tough 2 hours, but I got to stick with it. I'm a big NXT guy. I live in Orlando. I love NXT, all that good stuff. Now I am very optimistic for weeks to come. That men's division in that ladder match that we saw, they're going to be a force months to come on NXT television. One team that I do trust, the NXT writing and creative, more than even SmackDown and sometimes Raw. So I'm very excited seeing those coaches work with that group of men and that performance. It was mostly women shifting how great the women were and the women carries NXT. Now they don't have to worry about the men dropping the ball or second fiddle. I still think the women's division is still much more superior than the men, but they're closing the gap on talent, if it makes sense. But with that said, guys, I have to get up early in the morning. I got to grind in the morning for work. Appreciate everyone joining me. Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast. Check his out. Thank you for being a great sport in the chat. If you want to collab, let me know. We could collab as well. I'd love to have you on. Do something together in the future. We got all our information, collaboration. I'm willing, really ready, able. Love that. Appreciate you. Transformer fan is in the building. Transformer man, good night to you too, man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you there. Heather, great to see that you're doing well. Good to see you on the stream here tonight, as well as White Owl. Thanks for everyone in the chat. Thanks everyone up and down, Chef Dan, everyone. Appreciate everyone. Don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, follow us on Discord. If you haven't followed, it's on the video description. We're going to keep the conversation going. Just so if you hear something, something, rumors, innuendos, all the stuff, we'll put it there. We'll put our announcements when we have talent to interview. We got some interviews lined up, coming up with some independent wrestlers and probably some more in the future. Some more by the end of the week. We'll probably have some independent wrestlers that we're going to have some interviews. Got some things working. I'm always cooking. Always want to have a conversation with the world of professional wrestling here on the Sports Jedi Network. So with that said, guys, you have a wonderful night. May God bless you guys all. We'll see you next time here on the Sports Jedi Network. May the sports be with you. And we thank Dude Wipes, our sponsor, and Blackout Coffee. Don't forget, go to blackoutcoffee.com/rumba and hit my personal promo code Sports Jedi 20 and save. So buenas noches, lo vemos, and we'll see you next time, guys. Have a good night.